affirmations over yourself. The more you hear it, the more you believe that it's true.
And welcome to Premier Fitness. I'm Gene Williams, your yoga instructor, and I'm here to tell you about the benefits of yoga.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining our show. You have just tuned in to Where is the Love? I am your host. I am Stephanie Hockenhall. Joining me is my sidekick, my son, Gene Williams, my co host.
What it do, good people? We here. We here. I got the
We's up
coffee.
in here. You
I got
got
the
coffee?
coffee. The coffee.
you getting hype off your coffee?
Huh?
You get you getting hype off your coffee?
Oh yes, I need a bit energy boost.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Again, this is Where is the Love? Uh, Listen, last week we had Erica Quinn on our show, and she has won pageants and she is running for Miss Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And so next month she'll be doing that pageant, and she's won a pageant already. And so that was a great conversation. So if you missed that conversation, go back, and listen to the show.
Oh,
It was very enlightening, very eye opening. Um, she's written 20 books.
wow.
She's done a lot. So you got to go back to that show and listen to it. It was a great conversation. So I've known her for a while, and we were trying to get a show going before. I was trying to get her on a show before we started the TV show, and so it finally happened. It was a few years in the making, and a number of books for her later, but it was time. So we really had a great conversation. So I was happy to interview her and have her on the show.
Oh yeah.
So that was last week's show. So we have been talking about adult bullying, and we're going to resume that conversation today.
Oh
But
yeah.
first, you should be watching us on YouTube on Love Misunderstood Institute or Premier Fitness 0210. You can also be watching us on TV. What was I thinking?
This
Man,
baby belong on the doo-doo.
you can
Play
watch
that.
us on Roku and Amazon Fire right now at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time every Sunday. And when you go to Amazon or Amazon Fire or Roku, search POD TV space LIVE and watch us on TV. But if you're here watching us on social media or on YouTube, comment, have conversate with us. Let us know what's up with you. Let us know what you're thinking. We love to have you join in on our discussion.
Oh yeah.
You want to add anything?
Nope. I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right. Like I said, we're going to resume the conversation of adult bullying since so many people think that adults don't bully. So, son, go ahead.
All right. So adults, again, like you said, adults get bullied too, and here's how to stop it. Their goal is to get under your skin, and here's how you will gain your confidence and stop the abuse in its tracks. When you hear the word bully, the first thing that probably comes to mind is childhood bullying. But the reality is, adults also experience bullying.
Yep.
Most everyone will encounter an adult bully at some point in their life, but that doesn't make the experience any more pleasant. And I just want to sign this in here. The children who bully learn from, an adult of some sort, a parent or other significant person in their lives. So, bullying is a learned habit, a learned characteristic. It's not natural. Uh, anyway,
Yep.
all right.
Mark
An
said,
adult,
not hype off the coffee.
Oh yeah, I gotta be. I gotta be. Hey, the coffee got me alert. I'm alert. I'm like, what? You say what? 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 Squirrel.
Go ahead.
All right, an adult bully can be a controlling partner, an intimidating boss, a rowdy neighbor, an aggressive parent at soccer practice, a pushy salesperson, or any other type of adult figure that is hurtful. Childhood bullies often grow up and continue their negative behavior, but a need for power and domination can also fuel adult bullies. If adult bullying persists, it can affect your stress levels, self-esteem, productivity, and your overall well-being. But handling an adult bully can be confusing. Should you confront them? Are you supposed to report them? Here are the answers. Yes, you absolutely should. Now, bullying is not just physical or verbal. Simply put, bullying, according to the American Psychological Association, can be defined as a type of aggressive behavior in which a person intentionally and repeatedly causes another person harm or discomfort. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, adult bullying happens everywhere. It happens standing around watching your children play on the playground. It occurs in the middle of a meeting at work, and it's forever embedded on oh my goodness, Facebook walls. Whoo, them
Yep.
keyboard gangsters. Them keyboard gangsters. You a thug when you hear, but you're a mouse in person.
Right.
Anyway, I digress. I digress. All right, all right, and bullying comes in
let,
many forms. Go ahead.
let me interject right there. You'll remember where you are because what you just said was big. Because people do hide behind social media, behind the keys of social media, typing their feelings and their thoughts, about somebody instead of, that's a cowardly way to, address somebody or to say something to somebody. So you put it out there. Oh, this is good. You put it out
Mhm.
there so everybody can see it. And so you can make them look bad, but it really, if you look at the situation, it really makes you look bad because how could you stoop so low? This is good. How could you
Right.
stoop so low to address somebody or to put somebody out there to make somebody look bad? That's horrible. Yeah, you made them look bad and feel bad when they read it, if they fed into that, which we naturally do. But ultimately, you are the one that should be looked bad at because why would you put somebody's how mature good how mature are you to be doing that?
Yeah.
A person
Uh,
with a real maturity level would go face to face, not in a text,
say
not
that.
in a phone
Say that.
call. Like I said,
Yeah.
this is good. The more it's coming out, the better it gets.
Yeah.
God bless everyone
Hey,
from the
nice to meet you,
Philippines.
Edmund.
Thank you. God bless you and thank you for
Thank you as
joining.
well.
But for you to, to be on social media saying things to people instead of uh, calling them if they're far away, and I'm talking about states away or even countries away. Or, if you can get to them in person, that's the best way to address somebody. That's the
Right.
mature way to address somebody face to face. If you
Right.
can't, then a phone call is the next best thing. But
Right.
texting them to say ill things, to make them feel horrible, texting them and definitely putting it on social media is horrible. Go ahead.
And sending those long paragraph dissertation emails talking trash, and you know that it takes a person a while to address each situation. Like a mature person, just like you said, they call them and you say what you got to say, or you come face to face and you discuss it like adults.
Yeah.
Understanding that both sides are important.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine because I cut you off. But I mean, it's because just hearing those words, Facebook walls, man, social media has just taken over.
Right.
It has taken over the minds of people that don't want to speak to each other.
Right.
So making somebody look bad is cyberbullying, just in case y'all didn't know that. And Mark
Right.
said something about, he said, texting is not the answer. Say it face to face, yes. And worse than two drivers keep cutting each other off.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just had to say that because it got to me. It just hit me like,
Mhm.
when
Say
you
something. Say
said
something.
Facebook wall, Facebook wall. So go ahead.
Alrighty. And bullying comes in many forms. It's not just verbal and physical. When bullying is repeated over and over again, it's considered a form of mental, physical, or emotional abuse.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Abuse. Exactly.
Yep.
Here are the various types of bullying and examples of each. Physical bullying is like date rape, domestic violence, sexual harassment, personal space violation, or any type of violence like throwing, hitting, slapping, or burning, pushing, punching, all of those things. Yeah.
Yep.
um, Material bullying is using power or material goods to bully another. This is meant to intimidate and threaten, harass, or harm the other person. Uh, Either by, anyway, I can go deep on that one. Material, so intentionally keeping something away from a person um, as a way to intimidate or control or manipulate.
Yep.
Manipulate. Anyway, verbal bullying is threat.
He
Yeah,
having
sorry,
flashbacks, y'all.
it's like I'm having EMDR right now. Gary, I hope you're watching right now. Mike, it's crazy. Um, yeah. So verbal abuse is threats, shaming, teasing, insults, criticism, or racist, sexist, or homophobic language. Passive aggressive. Oh man, listen, passive aggressive. Anyway, passive aggressive bullying is gossip, negative teasing, facial expressions, sarcasm causing embarrassment, damaging someone else's health, happiness, or livelihood, or the view of themselves. Passive. Oh my God, passive aggressive. I don't know. I mean, what's worse, aggressive, or passive aggressive? Like they say little snarky stuff, and you start talking. Oh, you know what I mean? Like,
they're they're
yeah,
both damaging,
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
and for the aggressive person, um, and the passive aggressive, which one wins? I mean, you
yeah,
passive, you doing it subtly, and aggressive, you like in your face,
right,
kind of thing. So I mean, they're both bad.
yeah,
They're both very hurtful, and they both
right,
cause embarrassment, you know,
right,
to somebody else. So to a person that doesn't have the courage to speak up for themselves, it doesn't matter whether it's a passive aggressive person or
right,
or aggressive, because to
right,
them it all means the same. I'm a person that can't speak up for myself, don't have the courage to speak up for myself. So either one hurts me because I
right,
don't have that voice. I don't have the voice of courage to speak up to them. So,
right.
they're the same to me. I'm just saying a person, not to me individually, although that's how I used to be. So go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, yeah.
Cyber.
And also, well, I know I was trying to. There was something I wanted to say about the last one.
Okay.
Also, what we addressed the social media aspect of it. So some people use passive aggressive tactics on social media as well. Post something about, say something that's, um, what can I say? It's not like direct, but yeah, some people do this and do that. It takes a true mature adult to, like you said, address the person directly. I mean, it's easy to say something on social media and be like, no, you took it the wrong way. And then they gaslight you.
Yep.
No, you took it the wrong way. No, no, that was directly about me. Well, no, sorry, not directly. Because
Yep.
they don't do direct. They too cowardly to be direct. Anyway,
Yep.
whatever. Move on to the next thing.
So hold on, because for those watching, there is indirect bullying
Right,
and there is direct bullying. So
right,
direct bullying is dealing with that person directly, just me and you, and so I'm bullying you. And indirect is doing it, talking to somebody else, like for example, using social media,
right.
as a stepping stone to,
Mhm.
you know, um, or a stepping board, to stand on to, you know, uh, indirectly, you know, speak to
Bully
somebody
somebody.
or to degrade somebody. So
Right.
just wanted to add that.
And generally, people do stuff like that. Just the whole passive aggressive and aggressive aggression as well. And I mean, we probably touched on this, but when they do it in a public place, they do it to not only demean you and put you down, but it's also they're in essence they're trying to recruit people to do their work as well. So they treat them this kind of way, and then they just join on. So I don't want to be a victim of that person. So I'm gonna either stay back and let it happen without me saying something, or I join in because that's what this person
Right.
wants or whatever. It's man, this human relations is really interesting if you really sit back and pay attention. Uh, there's so much that could be easily taken care of if we were just honest about who we are, where we are, and what we're going through, and deal with people as a reflection of ourselves, and treat people how we want to be treated, as opposed to, I'm upset, so I'm gonna do this.
Right.
But okay, I understand you're upset about this, and you're gonna take it out on me.
Yeah.
Really? Like it takes a mature person to recognize I have the issue, and I need to address it
Right.
within
Yep.
myself, and not deflect it onto other people, bleed on to other people, because I
Yep.
don't have the maturity or the mental and emotional wherewithal to sit down with myself, put shine light into my own darkness and address it in a way that is not only beneficial to me, but beneficial to everyone around me. Because when I'm in a better space, then everyone else is in a better space. Because we
Right.
are energy conduits. The energy that we put out, we bring to ourselves by
Yeah.
very nature.
Yep.
So anyway,
And put
yeah,
out to everybody around us.
right.
Put that energy out to everybody around us. So you said something about so secondary bullying. You mentioned that without
Yeah,
saying the words. So when you join in with somebody that's bullying somebody else, for those that are listening, um, you join in and bully somebody else because somebody is bullying, like say Gene and I, for example, and I'm bullying somebody, and then Gene is scared of me, so he, don't want me to bully him, so then he starts bullying the person I'm bullying. So that's,
right.
what secondary bullying is. And so the few types of bullying that we're talking about here is only a few. I have a list. Our organization, nonprofit organization, Love Misunderstood Institute, has created a list of 18 different types of bullying. So these are just a few, and that are mentioned here today. So there are more. If you'd like to get the list, then comment in the section box, and we can send you the list so that you can look at it and have access to it. So go ahead.
Awesome. And last but not least, cyberbullying, negative, aggressive behavior via social media, text, emails, or online forums. Yeah, I know all too well about those. And when you, ooh, Lord, mm,
So I'm gonna
okay,
read this. You can go
you go
ahead,
ahead.
but I'm gonna read the next one. So because I'm gonna leave out some of that. But go ahead and say what you were gonna say, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I was gonna say just when a person sends a long dissertation of their feelings to a person as opposed to addressing them directly. Like you put the person in a position where it's like now we got to play tit for tat. When it could really be if we sit down face to face or talk on the phone
Yep.
so we can communicate directly, then things are easily handled. But when you see words and certain verbiage in a platform where you can't hear their inflections and stuff, things could go awry. So it's just
Yep.
important for you to be able to be mature enough to either sit down in person and talk to the person you have an issue with, or phone calls. Just as long as you hear each other, you hear the inflections, y'all can
Yep.
talk stuff out right there in the moment. Because I mean, you can
Right.
go on forever and ever. You can go on forever and ever, amen, on some stuff that on some stuff that like we could have solved this a long time ago if we just sat
Yep.
down and talked like two adults. Like
Right.
you got to do the extra work. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. You don't want to deal with stuff, but in order to grow, in order to be a better version of yourself, you have to acknowledge and accept, and then do the work to change. Like we can do all this all day. Anybody can talk. It's easy to flap your lips, but are you doing the work? The stuff
Yep.
that's uncomfortable. Like that's growth. When you growing pains, it's growing pains. I used to,
Yep.
man, that's an old analogy for me. When you're going through, you're elevating to the next level. You have to go through growing pains. You have to
Yeah.
experience some trauma, and that's just life. That's just how life is. In order to grow, you're going to feel some pain. You're stretching
Yep.
beyond where you
That's
were.
true.
So I was here first, and now I'm here. That takes
Yep.
some growth, and that hurts. It's
Yep.
painful, but
Yep.
the pain is a lesson if you are aware. If you can sit in like we talked about yesterday on Unbreakable Souls. It's making conscious decisions to be self-aware. Knowing what I'm feeling. Okay, now I'm feeling this, and now I need to address. I need to sit back and really analyze, because generally the actions that we do they stem from other things.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yep.
I went off on a tangent there.
You fine. You fine. Um, so no matter what the form, you shouldn't put up with this type of abuse. So the different types of things that
Bullying.
abuse that was just mentioned, the various types of bullying, you shouldn't put up with this type of abuse. You have control over how you handle the situation, and there are many things you can do to prevent and stop bullying for good. I wish I had known all of this years ago, but I didn't. I'm glad that I have had the opportunity to learn um, more about bullying. I didn't acknowledge or I didn't understand that I was experiencing bullying as an adult for many years. But now that I have learned, I'm happy to share the information with people because I don't like to see people hurting. I don't like experiencing it myself. So
Right.
there are 7 ways to regain your confidence and handle adult bullies. Let me know if you want to add something to anything. Okay. Whether the bully is at work, at your child's school, or a cashier at the grocery store, it may seem intimidating to reach out for help or to comfort the bully yourself. So here's some basic guidelines. Make sure you're safe. Okay. Although you may want to confront an adult bully, you don't disregard your personal safety. Things can happen, and above all, you want to make sure you're safe. If you're in immediate danger, call 911. If you're at work and you're able to contact your human resource department, do that as well. So another thing you can do is acknowledge the reality. Um, the first thing you want to do is acknowledge that you're being bullied. A lot of people don't like to acknowledge that. There's a
Right.
lot of fear in that, a lot of fear of retaliation, fear of shame, shame and guilt. Um,
Right.
so if you're aware of your feelings, you'll start to notice patterns and you'll recognize how often you're being bullied. It's time to speak up. It's time to say something. So don't make excuses for bullies. Um, Either, they're having a bad day, a rough meeting, a problem at home. There's no excuse for repeated bullying. None. Because the person that's being bullied is experiencing a lot of emotional, um, I
Trauma.
wanted to, I was going to say trauma. They're experiencing a lot of, that word just keeps coming up, but they're experiencing a lot of things that they don't necessarily have to. I mean, why make somebody experience anxiety and headaches and stomach aches and want to isolate themselves and not getting rest, and why cause people that kind of agony and hurt and pain? So when you do that, something's wrong with you. You need to get checked out. I'm just saying.
Facts.
So another thing to do is to stay calm. If you do choose to confront the bully directly, only do so if you feel safe. Remember that being aggressive will only fuel their fire. Try to stay calm and collected when discussing the situation with them. Their goal is to get under your skin. That's their goal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you react to their snarky comments or gestures, they've achieved what they want. That's exactly what they want out of you. So they can
Yeah.
keep doing it. Now I have control over them, so now I can keep doing it. Go ahead.
And also to make you look foolish. You dig what I'm saying? Like they'll
Yep.
play it the other way, make you basically make themselves look like the victim, and you're
Yep.
doing something. She just acting a fool over here. I was calm. Anyway, next. Sorry.
That's what y'all, he's avoiding that because that's what narcissistic bullies do. And
Yeah.
we've had a number of shows on narcissists. So I just had to let y'all know that haven't seen our other shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
So bullies want to get worked up
Oh, yeah.
over their comments and rude gestures. A bully wins when you get emotional. They're like, "Ooh, that's just like I
I ain't
said,
saying
fuel
nothing.
to their fire. Yeah, I got them where I want them. Now I can do what I want to them."
Mm-hmm.
So they get you to feel angry, lonely, or left out. Then they use that emotion against you. The
Right.
calmer you are, the more agitated they'll become,
Mm-hmm.
and the less likely they are to continue with the bullying.
Right.
Instead, maintain your composure and use confident, direct phrases. It's hard, but if you encourage yourself and build up your courage, um, and that's another piece that I can go into right now. But if you build your confidence and you are courageous enough, you can use direct phrases. You can use your voice and feel confident about using your voice. So, for example, if an adult calls you by a degrading nickname, you can say, "I'm not on board with that. Please use my real name." Or if you overhear a colleague or a friend being bullied, you can say, "Please stop messing with him," or "I'm going to HR." Responding in this way shows them that there's no incentive for provoking you or someone else, and it may even encourage them to stop. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, shoot, oh, set firm boundaries and maintain them. Um, there was something else I was gonna say. Maintain the post. Yeah. Okay, let's go on.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. It wasn't even you.
I wasn't paying attention to you wanting to interject something. So, something you want to go on, or you want me to?
Yeah, I can go on. All right. So,
Okay.
talk to someone about it. Talking to a friend, colleague, or family member about the situation may help you feel better, especially if they've been bullied too. If you notice another colleague is having the same issues, talk. I remember what I was going to say. So in a situation where
Okay.
you're confronting a bully, you want to keep, as you see the examples, the the commentary that you have with the bully is short, succinct, succinct, and direct. You don't want to go into long emotional rants because they don't eat that up. You want to
Yep.
keep it real short. Hey, I'm not on board with that. Can you use my real name?
Yep.
And it's that straight to the point. You start to talk too much, they'll start twisting it on you, man. I'm telling you, you gotta, hey, to the
And
long emails, I'll give you about three sentences at most. And everything is up in them three sentences.
but see, that's because it's easy for you to do that because you've learned,
Yeah,
what is good to a way to address a bully. When we
right,
didn't know how to address a bully, then we were, those that gave those, long, pitiful, gave nothing mostly,
right,
just walked away with our head down, and having our head down, for days,
right.
months, for me, sometimes years.
Yeah,
It was just horrible, but man, it feels so good when you encourage yourself and build yourself up, and then you're able to respond to a bully in a direct way to where
right,
they know to back off. They know what you said is serious business. Oh, I can't mess with her. No, you can't, or
right,
him. No, you can't.
right.
You get yourself together or get away from here.
I'll get left. I'll get left. I ain't done that in a while. I'll get left. Come on, let me left. Exit stage left.
Right. So you can discuss your feelings plus how you're going to handle the situation. So and that is if you notice another colleague who is having some issues. Um, so um, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Next is get it in writing. Make sure you have proof of what's going on and that you can keep good records. Whenever you experience a bullying incident, write it down, and when you do, write it out. Write out as many details as possible. This will ensure that you have proper documentation and information you need to accurately discuss what happened with your human resources department, legal authority, or the bully themselves. Check it out. Woo, hold on. I'm going with the next one. Know your rights.
Wait, if you're not going to add nothing to that, I am.
Okay, well, I was
You
going to say, yeah, not,
go
so
ahead.
as it pertains to records, uh, know you can also uh, audio record. Know the laws in your city and your state. If you're going through a situation where you're being bullied and you're being pushed around, and you take an audio recording, in some states you don't have to inform the person that you're recording them. In some states you do, and all you have to say is, "Hey, I'm recording you," and
Yeah.
this will come up again. But in like in Tennessee, you don't have to let the person know. And I've done this so many
Yeah.
times. It works really well.
Yeah. So I
Don't
want to
think that
add
we.
something.
Yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, no, I was about to talk trash. You go.
All right,
Go
so to
ahead.
the documentation, this is the information you need to add to the documentation. So always write the date, always write the time of the incident, always
Yep.
write who was involved and who was around within earshot. So that kind of documentation stands um, a long time. It goes a long way because you have detailed information. So just writing down what happened is not enough. uh,
Right.
Add those things so that the more details you have, the better. So just saying something happened, it's your word against their word.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. And that's why I said with the audio recording, you have an audio recording of the incident itself, and either before, at the beginning, or at the end, give the date and time of the incident. So I mean, and sometimes with sound recordings, they have a date attached. It's date and time stamp. So that's just
Yeah.
another, hey, another tool.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Also, know your rights. Um, you should also
Yeah,
know that
right.
you have the right to your opinion, your own opinion. You have the right to say no, and that you don't agree when you are put in an uncomfortable position, uncomfortable situation. Make sure you're safe above all else. But there is absolutely nothing wrong with assertive communication as long as you're not bringing harm to others. So, and that's the statement there. There's nothing wrong with being assertive or being factual and short with your communication. As long as you're not bringing harm to anybody,
Yep.
you're good. Expressing your ideas and opinions doesn't mean you're attacking them or trying to tell them how bad they are. You're just voicing your opinion about whatever is going on. For situations where actual threats are involved, approaching or confronting the bully may not be the best option. Sorry. Sometimes you have to make a decision that it's not worth fighting for, or confronting them about it. Excuse me. Your safety is the most important thing. If you do feel safe, it's okay to tell them how you feel.
Yep.
Man, this is the one right here. This is the one right here. Know that you're not going to change a bully, whether that bully be superior on your job or a partner or you know anything. Just know that you cannot change anyone. It's their individual choice to make
Yep.
the changes that are needed. Now, if they're doing something wrong to you, it's your job to inform them, hey, this is wrong. I don't want it, and you going in order for us to deal with each other, you have to change that up, switch it up, honey.
Right. Yep.
What? We okay. So I told you. That's telling man.
You
You gotta be
heard me?
firm, firm. uh, all right. So no matter what the situation, always know that you're not going to change a person. Period. It is only on them to change
Yep.
themselves. Even if you express your opinion, you're not doing so to change theirs. You're just
Yeah.
informing them of your feelings, and that's what's important. Right?
Right.
You're exercising your autonomy. Anyway, uh, even if you express whatever. Adult bullies will have to acknowledge what they're doing. Oh crap. Then get help of their own. Bullying is a form of abuse. Trevor, let me. Bullying is a
Yep.
form of abuse.
Yes.
Now, again, let's go back because I want to address this. A certain incident came up in my mind right now. Bullying is not when you address a wrong that a person has done to you. And you can be assertive again as long as you are not harming the person. You can tell them, "Hey, I
Yep.
didn't like the way you did this to me, X, Y, Z." It's not bullying to tell them, "I don't like this."
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm expressing myself openly and honestly. That's not
Yep.
bullying.
Yep.
Okay, you may not like what I say, but I'm not
Right.
saying it in a harmful way. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And that's the difference. When a
Yep.
person is being honest and open, they'll tell you how they feel without the intention of hurting you. It's just
Yep.
giving a clarification about this is what's going on, this is not acceptable, and I want something different from us, or we need to split ways. That's how it goes. But a
Yep.
bully is going to say things to hurt you intentionally. That is their goal, to hurt
Yep.
you.
Yep.
And that's the difference.
And so I want to
Park,
add to that. So
park.
did you have something to say?
No, I just said park.
Oh, so the thing about what he just said is if you're letting somebody know how you feel and that you didn't like whatever they said or did. Um, if they, in return, start crying or start yelling at you, because of what you said. Um, and there's some other things that aren't coming to mind right now. If you if you interrupt them or you cry to get your way or you throw a fit or you accuse them or blame them, well, this I did this because you did blah blah blah. Or if you yell and scream or call yourself punishing them or you seeking revenge and threatening them, guess what? That's bullying. That's emotional bullying.
Right.
So, sometimes people, just like he just said, not in these exact words, but some people, don't like the correction, you correcting them or you creating boundaries with them. So when you do that, then they call you a bully because you're creating boundaries, and
Give it
you're
to him.
right. And um, so when you respond in that way, in the ways that I just said, that's an emotional bully. But to correct somebody and to let them know you don't like something or you don't appreciate something or you wish, you want them to, you know, um, acknowledge you in a different way or talk to you in a different way, that's not bullying. That's just you, when you
Um,
don't accept that, that's just you trying to get your way. And so you're really being the bully, not them. Especially if what they're saying is not to harm you, but just correcting you, and you just don't like it. So you don't like it, get over it. But
right.
just don't treat me bad. So then we'll get along. Everything will be cool. So
And be copacetic. Nope.
right, copacetic. Okay, go ahead.
Um, reaching out for support can help you break free from the negativity, but it may also encourage the bully to work through their problems too.
Yep.
Hmm. Something that I read in the four, I just looked at it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, the book says, um, I'm so mad I can't think of the freaking name of the book. Take nothing personal was one of the four pillars of this book. Um, everything that transpires with you from another person, 9.9 times out of 10 is them not processing their situation, so they act out to you because they're not working through their situation.
Right. Right.
So uh, you talk. I'm gonna get this book. 'Cause I'm kind of upset with myself. I can't think of the name of it.
Okay. While he's walking away, I want to. I mentioned secondary bullying a little bit ago, so I want to tell you what that more of what that definition is. It does not. The person does not initiate the bullying, but joins in so they do not become a target of the bully down the road. And so they may feel bad about what they're doing, but they're more concerned about protecting themselves, self preservation, survival
Mhm.
of the fittest. So go ahead, you got the book.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And
Okay,
one of the four agreements is to take nothing personal. Things that people do to you is generally a projection of their own issues, their own insecurities, and things of that nature. So, and that's a hard thing. People do stuff to you that hurts. It's easy to take it personal. Like they're doing this to
yeah,
me, and it is very true. They're doing it to you.
yeah,
However, it ain't about you, and that's the big part. Even though they're doing it to you, it's not about you. But the beauty
yeah,
of it all is that we have the power ourselves to choose to either continue allowing those actions to transpire, or we can again put that iron wall down. No more. You shall not pass.
yeah.
So you do right by me. Anything you do shall crumble.
You so doggone silly.
See, I got the finger paw right though. You see it. Look at it right there. That's
Yeah, you got the fingers right. Mark said not. Not no more, no more, no more, or maybe that's no mas,
Right, right.
no mas, no mas.
No mas, no mas, no mas, no mas.
um, well, I wanted to. Did you want to add something else?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, I want to share something. I don't want to get too much into it, but I do want to bring something back that we talked about in January. So that link. Back in January, historically black college president, at a historically black college, a one of the alumni committed suicide, and she committed suicide because um, of bullying from the president, which was her boss. And so we're not going to go into the story, but the school was Lincoln University of Missouri. And so I'm bringing this up for a reason. Um, and so the president has now, there was an investigation that went on. And as a result of the investigation, um, the president was reinstated. So I do want to say that, and this lady committed suicide, the alum, um, and she was the vice president of student affairs, and she died by suicide on January 8th. So I want to tell you. So he, like I said, the president has been reinstated. They, said that there was no claims of bullying by him, the university president, um, which is Caucasian, and the alum was is African American. But what I want to say about this is that no matter what's going on with you, we talked about the documentation, the importance of writing the dates and the times. There were some emails that she sent out to people, and there were and she was asking for help, in these emails. And so, how it came that there was nothing found, um, or that he was allowed, there was no claims of bullying that could be substantiated by the president. How that happened, through the investigation, I don't know. But I do want to encourage people to write, document, put dates and times. Um, and so, even though she died by suicide and they reinstated him, um, the truth will always come out. So, whatever the truth is, it will always come out. So, what I'm saying to you is to be encouraged. When you do the documentation and you continue to do the right thing, that if the truth wasn't revealed in the beginning, hang on, wait. This is something that I've been sharing on my social media posts. Uh, persevere, be patient, wait, because the truth will always come. No matter what has happened, no matter what's going on, the truth will always prevail. So don't give up and don't give in. Ask people for help. Find ways to encourage yourself. Get therapy. Um, and Jean can talk to you a little bit about that. But therapy is at 988 is the therapy hotline, and also the suicide prevention hotline 988. You can dial that number and you can get help from talking to somebody, therapist, um, so that maybe you're not able to talk to somebody that you can trust, or maybe you're asking people for help and you're not getting the help from the people you're asking for. But don't let that there's different ways to get support, to keep from allowing the things that are being done to you and that are being said to you, and not getting the help, and you folding, because it's easy to do. I know I've been there. I haven't wanted to commit suicide, but I have been super low, depressed, and felt defeated and hopeless and helpless many, many times for many, many years. So I'm just saying to you, whoever are listening, please dial 988 if you can't find somebody you can talk to trust, um, to get help. And therapy is important. So, Jean, talk a little bit about therapy.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that everyone deserves and needs to have a therapist that that you speak to at least once or twice a month, just to process life, and also to be equipped with the tools that help you, um, I guess, process in a constructive manner, and to also just because sometimes it's easy to get caught up in life and you become less self-aware, or you justify certain things that you know are not good for you, either by your doing or the doing of others.
Yeah,
It's easy to compartmentalize and be like, well, this is because of this, and make excuses. Well, thankfully, my therapists were very straightforward about everything, and and helped me. Like I said, they equip me with the tools to to process life and relationships, be they romantic, business, whatever, in a constructive manner. And a lot of it was to stay calm, to process it, to keep things short and succinct. Don't go into
yeah,
long, drawn out, I want to say soliloquy, but it's not quite what I was going for. Long, long talks about your feelings, especially with a person who is bullying you. 9 times out of 10, they have a little bit of narcissistic energy within them. And you talk to
yeah,
a narcissistic person about your feelings, they'll use that as a tool against you. So keep your feelings out of it. Keep it strictly business. Stay calm. And these are just, like I said, some of the tools that my therapist equipped me with. There's so many different platforms that you can go on. You can do online therapy. Um, did I mention the name of the website that I'm on? Or
no,
okay, so there are websites that you can go on so that you can find a therapist that fits your financial situation. Either way, there are several ways to get it done: in person, online. Everybody needs therapy. I'm 100% therapy, 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 therapy for everything. Relationships, for yourself, marriage counseling. We need all the help we can
yep.
get.
Well, with that being said, we're at the end of our show. So we hope that the information that we've given and provided has been helpful to you. Um, and you can always reach out to us. Love Misunderstood Institute. Send me a message, whether it's on Instagram or whether it's on Facebook, or our website, lovemisunderstoodinstitute.org. You can reach out, in those ways, to contact us to get, for us to have a conversation with you. So
Right.
until next Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We thank you for being with us. We thank you for listening to the information. If you are listening after this live, just type replay, subscribe, like, and share to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss a show. So we will see you again next Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on our YouTube channels. Take care. Peace. Sending you love and joy. Take care of yourself. See you next Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye for now.
The police took another life. Gunshots rang out, even though he had his hands so high. Yo, I'm sick and tired of walk from brother Shaw got lines. come together, set a plan, and then mobilize. Oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about all the hell that we're going through? Now stand up, shout out into the walls of Babel on the feet. Stand up, come on y'all, and let's make some history. Stand up, rise up and know you ain't gotta follow, you can lead. Stand up y'all, we can do this, you and me. Monsanto monopolized the whole grocery line, so we all gon' have 12 toes, 3 thumbs, 3 lives. If we keep being sheep, these wolves are gon' rob us blind. Let's occupy our mind space, cause the revolution won't be televised. Oh, what are we gon' do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about all the hell that we're going through? Now stand up, shout out into the walls of Babel on the feet. Stand up, y'all, we can do this, you and me. Stand up, rise up and know you ain't gotta follow, you can lead. Stand up, y'all, we can do this, you and me. Oh, mercy, mercy me. The government should nurture your when will all these wars be done? Hopefully before another moment has the money. Before another mother has the one person. Shout out into the walls of Babel on the feet. Stand up, come on y'all, and let's make some history. Stand up, rise up, you know you ain't gotta follow, you can lead. Stand up y'all, we can do this, you and me. Stand up, shout out into the walls of Babel on the feet. Stand up, come on y'all, and let's make some history. Stand